Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday Duo.
Hello, welcome back. And in this episode, you will know more about our podcast, how it was created, what topic we'll dive into, how it all looks like. So, can you tell us more about the Monday Duo?
Magda will share more about human design, breathwork, and yoga. And I'll talk more about food and nutrition, topics related to sound healing and meditation. So, if you are in a journey of spiritual enhancement or you want to just learn more about wellness, well being, I invite you to join us. Let's connect and thrive in the journey together.
Yes, so the most important thing right now is that we releasing new episode every Monday. So you need to be here every Monday to learn more about spiritual journey. And yeah, I'm so excited about it. We will have
Yes.
so many guests. We have planned for the almost the whole year. So there will be
Yes.
yoga topics, breath topics, traditional Chinese medicine topics, about sound healing, about um, human design, of course, nutrition, and we are
But you will
so excited.
definitely get more of us in our episode. So today we will dive right in.
Yeah, we'll dive right in and tell you more about the nutrition and human designs episode because this is our core, this is our basic. Today we'll tell you more what you might expected from us. We start with you because when we were in Bali, we were sharing meals together and
Yes,
you give me a lot of tips what to eat, what is better for me,
the
how I need
Asian
to drink
grandma.
how I need to drink hot water, and I'm still drinking hot water.
Good.
So yeah, good for me. Yeah, I can manage that. I wonder how your day-to-day diet as a nutrition look like, especially
Yes,
because you are born east and raised west. Is that affect your diet? Can you tell us more about it?
definitely growing up in the West. I was in Scotland for many years, and well, we have a lot of bread, a lot of dairy,
The same as
cheese.
in Poland.
I know, I'm sure. And a lot of sugary things as well. So basically, I would say after each meal, you get something sweet like a cake or hot chocolate or biscuit. So this is definitely the diet that I grow up with.
In
Mm.
Poland, we have like something sweet after lunch, not maybe after every meal, but I think in Europe we like sweet things. So yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
I remember one time it was so cold, and as a kid, I had a whole bar of chocolate for breakfast. That's how I remember it. And I got so chubby as a kid. And when I came back to Hong Kong and visit my parents, they were pick me up from the airport. I walked right past them, and they didn't recognize me because I just
Wow,
became so
that's
chubby.
crazy. You
That
tell
was
me
like
that
child
story.
trauma. That's
You tell
child
me that
trauma to me.
story, but I was like, every time you tell that, I'm like so surprised that this happened. Like, it's
I
really,
know.
right now
That's
we said that it's funny, but I think it might be a
no.
big
I
trauma.
still remember it to date. So that was definitely child trauma for me that I got so chubby having that diet back in the days. But now that I'm back into Hong Kong, a couple of years ago, I developed into eczema, which I've never had as a kid, and went into a period of depression as well. So I really look into myself, my relationship with food, especially I was on the wellness journey. I was learning about food and nutrition. So I just want to be cautious about what I put into my body.
And
And
you will tell us more about it, yeah? Because like I'm so
yes,
happy because I learned so many things in Bali, as I said before, from you. And I like really wait for that episode when you will tell us more about, we already discussed maybe about some seasonal food and what more.
yes,
Can you tell us what will be in your
absolutely.
nutrition episodes?
I love doing biohacking on myself. I do fasting. I enjoy all different kind of cuisine of food as well. And in Hong Kong, we have the privilege of enjoying a lot of different cuisine. And for me, definitely love an Asian meal. And for those who know me, I love Indian food. But I also like a good pasta
Pasta is
and
more Italian vibe, like a more
yes, and
European vibe.
I do. And a good bowl of noodles, some fried rice as well. So also throughout the year, I've developed my love for traditional Chinese medicine. We call it TCM. We'll definitely share more in my nutrition episode because I really enjoy that. So now I would incorporate both Asian and Western diet to my day-to-day habits. And now I would try to incorporate a diet called whole food plant-based
Can you
diet.
tell us about more because this the whole concept might be not familiar to everybody. I know what
Yeah,
it is, but
definitely.
to our
Yeah.
audience.
I mean, I was also learning this as well because when I developed eczema, I of course tried to learn about more about the relationship with food. So I became a vegetarian, vegan for almost 2 years. And that really has helped me into my eczema. And I can really say that it really hasn't came back unless I was very stressed or I binge eat. But otherwise, my eczema has really seldom come back anymore, which I'm very proud of. But now I've incorporated more whole food plant-based diet, which emphasize food from plants. We choose food from in their natural form, avoiding heavily processed food or avoiding refined sugar, white flour as well. So that's really the diet that I would try to opt into whenever I can.
I'm so excited for this episode. I just can't wait. And your first nutrition episode will be in 2 weeks. So in
Yes.
2 weeks, we will dive into nutrition more. And I'm so, so excited and happy about that. Tell us how this whole things that tell us right now affect how you speak to your clients. Because as we know, you have your clients that you work with. So how this
Yeah.
affected it?
I think definitely each client would have, I'll share a different solution to them. But to begin with, I really just want them to be aware of what are the things that they are eating, they're putting in their body, and really listen to their body. That's really one of the first thing that I will share with them. And when they get a bit more mature, I will then introduce different diet to them based on their need, their requirements, where they are in their journey. So I think definitely no one solution will fit all. And because now I also mentioned that I eat depending on the season. And in Asian diet, we love having warm soup, warm drinks, which I shared with you
Yeah, I drink
during.
warm or hot water, so I try to drink much more warm things and I if avoid the cold ones. So you might be happy about that. I hope
Yeah,
so. You're
because
proud of me.
I'm proud of you. You, of course, because we talked about in Bali, and of course in Bali as well, there are, they use like matcha, ginger tea, and other herbs as well. And there sometimes the drinks come in warm temperature too, right?
Yeah. We drink a lot of that in Bali, and I remember when I was taking my matcha, and sometimes you take your hot tea with ginger or something like that, the mix. It was so nice that we have this time together, and you
Yes.
share a lot of tips with me. And as you said, there are no general tips that can fit everybody. But I remember when you said, "That's nice, that's nice, that's nice," and it was just like a little tips for me that I can, easily take home because I just
Yes.
can, when people give me advice that I cannot put in my daily life, I love tips that I
Yeah.
can really use into my the everyday
Yes.
life.
So baby steps, right?
Yeah,
I'm glad
baby
that you're
steps.
doing it.
And
That's
I know
good.
that you having workshops in Hong Kong soon, so can you tell us more
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I think for those who are in Hong Kong and want to learn more about the my journey when I had my eczema and talk more about my whole food plant-based diet, I'll hold an in-person workshop on the week of 24 and 25th of Jan in Huanchai Convention Center. So I'll hold a workshop there to share more about my journey. And one recent certificate I did was actually the Whole Food Plant-Based certificate by Dr. Colin Campbell, who is the founder of Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies in the US. It talks about the relationship between nutrition, plant-based diet to all different sort of disease. And I'll share more on IG. So if you're in Hong Kong, please join me on 24th and 25th of
If
Jan.
I will be in Hong Kong, I won't
I will
be in
invite
Hong Kong,
you.
but like
You have
if
to
I
come
will be in
anyways. I'll
Hong Kong,
drag
I
you.
will be there. So like
I will drag
guys
you.
who are in Hong Kong, just like go and listen to see. I know that it will be a great workshop. So I wish I will be there, but it's
I know, I
impossible.
know.
But I will have
I
my
know.
fingers crossed for you, and
Thank you. That would be
I'm
nice.
sure that it will go well. So that was the
Yes.
nutrition part.
Now, enough about me. Magda, we are excited to learn more about human design because it's not something that has been talked a lot in Asia. So, what is it? Tell us about it.
Human design, I came to this tool about like 5 years ago. And I remember when I first heard about it and I look on the free version on the internet about myself, I was like, okay, I think it's not about me because it hits my spots that I don't want to show to the world.
Mm.
It hits parts of me that I was trying to avoid. And when human design came back to my life a few months later, I remember that I dived into this journey with this feeling that I have a purpose here on earth to fulfill. Because I was born in a certain date and in certain hour, that means that I have a certain purpose and I can, work in a certain way. And of course, we are raised in a different parts of the world by different parents, by a
Yeah.
different religion, by a different culture, and it sometimes pull us away of our true self. So human design is all
Okay.
about coming back to your true self and living your life purely without any stops, pauses in your life that you don't know where to go or don't know what to do in your life. Human design can tell you how you're supposed to make decisions, how you're supposed to sleep, how you're supposed to recharge your batteries, how you're supposed to act with different people. It tells you a lot of things, and your work is just to follow these tips in your daily life and just go through your life purely. I'm in this journey for 5 years now, and I see how my life is easier now when I can really be my true self and not thinking about how I was raised, how my country affects me, how people around me
Yeah.
affects me. It's just my true self, and that's the most thing I like about human
That's
design.
why when you talked about human design in Bali, I was just so intrigued. And I can't wait for you to dive into my human design. We haven't even touched on that yet. So,
We will touch it more because I will try to give our audience the differences between us and how we communicate and how we are different in our designs.
yes,
And we still get along quite well because we are
I
doing this
know.
podcast together. And my thinking changed in last 5 years because I'm human design analyst certified in
Yes,
International Human Design School. This is the school that is based in US. And
right.
what I've learned there from my analyst training is that I change my perspective of human design because you can read a book about human design and know basics, but
Mm,
to understand the whole design, you need to have the school to connect dots because
yes,
it's really a journey to share with my clients. So I will just tell them the basics and they dive
yeah,
into more and more and more and build the layers of that. Because
yeah,
here we will tell you all the basic stuffs, but to connect them all, you need to have somebody to help you as an analyst And
Well, I have you, so I'm
yeah,
lucky.
you have me. Yeah, that's true. But what I really want to tell here to our audience is to really be careful to choose people that you work with
Mm,
in the human
mm,
design space, because unfortunately there are a lot of people who read about human design and think
yeah,
that they can tell you what to do. And I
yeah,
know how my thinking has changed through this whole of 3.5 years of
yeah,
training, and how right now
yeah.
I see human design and I can help people. So I'm so excited that I can share with you more about this tool, because it changed my
I
life
know.
in so many ways.
Because when you talked about human design, like I said, in Asia, I don't think it's a topic that we discussed a lot. And I don't have a lot of information. I kind of knew the structure or the framework. So then I went into different platform, went onto YouTube, tried to learn more. And there are just, like you said, a lot of different people talking about human design, and I'm not sure who to listen or what to believe actually, because there's just so many different information.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait to learn more in the coming episode from you.
The same
But
was
what
the same.
exactly are the topics that you dive into?
Yeah, so as I said, like the same was with me when I started the human design. I don't know where to go. So I immediately go to the school to learn basics and just build my
Yes.
knowledge. And what I will tell you here in my episodes will be, we'll dive into types, different energy types, different strategies, different authorities. I will give you the basic info about each of these parts, and we will talk about more about our design. So we'll show to the audience our designs and
Yes.
give you a little bit of secrets here about us, so you can learn about us through our human designs. And I think this is what drive me into human design, because I remember there are a lot of people telling me that me and my father are really similar, and yes, we are, because he raised me. But in the human design system we are much more different. And when I
Mm.
try to live my design and my path, it's can become easier than what was good for my dad. Especially when I was speaking in public, he needs to have everything written down, and I need just the
Okay.
bullet points. So then I can, go live with everything. So when he was teaching me how to do public speaking, he always said, Magda, you need to learn the whole thing. And when I tried to learn the whole thing, it was a mess, a disaster. And when I have a bullet point, I just go
Yeah.
smoothly go through that and share my
Um,
story and share my knowledge. So
yes.
that what drove me to the human design is that when I have my kid, I can look at the human design and see when I am the same as my kids and when there's a differences between us,
Mm.
and how
Mm.
I can help my kids to become the true self. So this is
Yes.
basically what was my motivation, and through the years it becomes my everyday life. So
That's amazing. I
I'm
love that.
happy that I can share more, not only to my
Yes.
clients, but to the whole of our community here in the Monday
Yes.
Duo podcast. And my episode about human design will be in 3 weeks. So in 2 weeks,
Stay
we'll dive
tuned.
into nutrition, and in 3 weeks,
Yes.
we'll dive into the human design.
Now that's a wrap for our episode 2.
Yes, so next week we'll have somebody special for you. Yenru will join us, and she will be our first guest. And she will be talking more about her personal journey, and she will give you some hints about 2026. So we
Hmm.
are so excited to tell you more how we met and other stuff, but let's keep it a secret for now. You will see that in episode 3 next Monday.
Yes, so don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Tell us about what you think about this episode and maybe some of the topics you want us to cover.
So see you next Monday. Bye.